Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace. Welcome to The Natural Cook. I'm Anna Gershenson. We are facing the arrival of spring, and what we want to do to get ready is to detoxify our bodies. It's very, very important. So I decided to make the garlic the star of the show today because garlic has these wonderful abilities to heal our bodies. They are antimicrobial, antiviral. There are so many potent qualities in garlic that you really need to eat it every day. And today I will prepare 2 recipes where I will show you how to make something a little bit different with roasted garlic. So in order to roast garlic, you want to take a garlic clove. And by the way, if you want to eat this roasted garlic throughout the week, because you can store it for a week in your refrigerator, you're better off taking a few garlic cloves. And so when you buy garlic, just make sure that your head of garlic is firm, that you don't see any sprouts growing through it because they are not really digestible. And then you would take your garlic clove and you cut off maybe about a quarter inch or something like that. You just want to expose these pieces of garlic, and I know that you can basically roast them in wrapped in foil. Like for example, you can take a piece of foil and you can place your garlic inside. Your oven will be preheated to 375 to 400 degree oven, 400 degrees, and then you would just sprinkle a little bit of salt. You can sprinkle a little bit of pepper also on your garlic, and then you can drizzle some olive oil, like maybe half a teaspoon or something, so that it just gets covered. And then you can wrap it. Since I don't like using foil that much, a cooking foil, because of the aluminum in it, I would take, you can take either muffin tins and place your garlic into a muffin tin, or you can take a container. It can be a ramekin. This container, which is a storage container that I like using instead of using plastic, I placed 4 garlic heads into it, and I did just what I showed you should be doing, and then I covered it, and it goes into the oven for probably good 40 minutes. So after I opened it, I saw that it still didn't have this kind of golden color, so I put it in for a little longer, and as soon as you see that the color gets this kind of caramelized, and of course your whole kitchen will smell, you'll have this aroma. So then you can just take your garlic head and squish these garlic cloves out. And by the way, to see if they are ready, you can also pierce them with a knife to see if they are soft. Then you will be squishing them out, and then you'll be using them. And by the way, you can just take a glass jar and then place it into the glass jar and cover with some olive oil, and just your olive oil will get flavored, so you can use this delicious olive oil, and also it will store in your refrigerator for a week, and then you can make a new batch when you are ready. Okay, so what I'm going to make with this roasted garlic is egg salad. I saw this wonderful recipe in Nik Sharma's cookbook season, and he's an Indian chef, and he has very ingenious recipes. Of course, he brings the flavors of his native India into his recipes, and he uses coriander seeds. So, of course, to make egg salad, you need to cook eggs as well, and we'll talk about it. But in the meantime, I will heat my little skillet here. Okay, and I will take 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. And this is actually what gives main flavor to this egg salad. We'll put it on a preheated little skillet, and then you will be just moving it around. Make sure that you smell, because as they are toasting, you will start smelling the aroma, and you will know that something, they are getting ready. And then you want to just put them to cool a little bit, and you will crush them in with mortar and pestle to a coarse powder. So we have 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. So while they are cooking, let's talk about eggs. And then another ingredient that goes into this salad is Thai chili. And Thai chili is not too hot. So if you don't happen to find Thai chili in the market, because they're not always available, you can use Fresno, you can use jalapeno. These are the kinds of chilies that are a good substitute. So while we are, so as you see, I'm not going to be using seeds, because seeds are really spicy, and if you like very spicy food, you of course are welcome to include it, but I personally prefer spicy food that is moderately spicy. And so I will cut just strips, and then I will chop them so that they can go into our salad. And also, if you want, you can also add hot sauce to your salad. All right, so let's see. I can't smell. Actually, yes, beginning to smell, which is wonderful. I love all these smells in the kitchen. So in order to make these strips, you go the long way and chop it really, to chop it finely, you make narrow strips. Okay, and then you actually don't have to put the whole thing. You can put some of it and then taste and then add. And this is how I love cooking. I hardly ever use recipes in my cooking. I love having all kinds of foods in the refrigerator. And so I am going to be sharing with you that, especially when I make this dip with feta and roasted peppers, it's not really a recipe. It's something that just happens as you are preparing food. You are creating a recipe. And if you like it, you can write it down and make it again. Okay, so it's beginning to smell, and I see that the color starts changing a little bit. So now let's chop these finely. Okay. So after the seeds are toasted, you want to cool them a little bit, and then you will be crushing them. And you can either use a spice grinder, or you can use this mortar and pestle that I absolutely love. I use it a lot for crushing seeds, because of course you can buy, for example, you're using cumin or coriander ground, you can buy already in your spice section in the market where you shop, or you can make your own. And if you toast it and grind it fresh, then it's incomparable. Okay, let's turn it off. I can hear it making these popping sound. So what I'm going to do is just place it here to cool a little bit, and then I will crush it. Okay, so now we are going to talk about eggs. So to make hard-boiled eggs, you want to use the following method. First of all, I find that if I use eggs that are really very fresh, I usually have a hard time peeling them. And I think that everybody does, not just me. And so I recommend that when you want to make an egg salad, or you are boiling hard-boiled eggs and need to peel them, that you use eggs that already have been in your refrigerator for a bit. And so then I take them out, and I like bringing them to room temperature to leave them out a little bit. Then you would place them in a pot, and it's best to use the size of the pot so that your eggs kind of sit comfortably in it and there isn't that much space there. And then you would pour cold water, and it would cover the eggs by 1 inch. And you place that pot with eggs on the top of the stove, bring it to boil, then you cover it, and then you remove from heat. And then you wait for 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. And in the meantime, you also have a big bowl that is filled with ice and water. And as soon as your time goes off, you place your eggs into the ice water and let them sit there and cool for about 5 minutes. And then you just peel them, and you will see that it's not really that difficult. So what you do is, I also have some cold water here, but you will use that bowl. You can dip, I like knocking the egg all around and kind of rolling it so that it starts cracking. Then I would put it back into cold water. And what cold water does, it kind of sips under the shell and makes it easier for you to peel. And then I just peel it. And it doesn't take really so long. And so I also encourage you to use the eggs that are pastured, and to use the eggs that are preferably organic, because what the chicken eats, that's what gets into our body. And if it is grain, which they are usually fed with grain, and grain, if it's not organic, it could be GMO. And if it is organic, then at least it doesn't have, you know that it doesn't have GMOs. But also, it's better to eat pastured eggs, just because grains have a lot of omega-6, and we need to be careful to prevent inflammation in our bodies, to have the right ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 acids, and not to overdo with omega-6. All right, so now we can crush our seeds to a coarse powder, and the smell is just fabulous, and it's that smokiness of the seeds that will give a very, very special flavor to our salad. Okay, so make sure that you do not have those, the seeds are pretty well crushed, but at the same time, a little bit on a coarser side. All right, now it looks really, really good. Okay, so what goes into this salad? And I will show you also, I brought different kinds of tools. My tools are very important part of my food prep. So you can cut it in half, and you see when you cook it that way, then your egg is not really green like when you overcook it. You really don't want to have the egg white, the egg yolk looking green color. But here it is really nice, and you can see that it's very soft. It even has a little softness in the center, and this is what I was going for. All right, so now for this recipe you use 6 eggs, and you use 1 chili, and you use 1 tablespoon of coarse coarsely ground 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds that you coarsely ground. I'm making a little more here, but that's the recipe if you want to replicate it. All right, and then you want to chop your eggs. So I brought different things you can try to chop them with. I brought this this tool that I use actually when I make scones to cut the butter into the flour. But this can be used as a tool to chop your eggs very, very comfortably. Okay, if you make egg salad, this is a good tool to have. Or if you make pie crust, you know, this is what you use to break up your butter into little chunks. Okay, so we chopped our eggs, and now we will add the chopped pepper. Let's add half at first, and then we can add more. We always need to taste. Then we will take our garlic, that of course also needs to be smashed. So I will take 4 garlic cloves, and I will smash them here. I'll take a little more because I took more eggs. I'll smash them here so that it would be kind of pasty. And then I will add 1/4 cup of mayo. You just need a 1/4 cup, not too much, just to make it creamy. Okay. And then you will use capers that you drain, of course. A tablespoon of capers, and you can use whole capers, or you could just chop them a little bit so that they are kind of spread out through the salad, and you can taste them in many different places. And this brininess also will add a very special flavor to your salad. Okay. And our coriander. All right. And of course, salt. Just sprinkle some salt and pepper. All right. And then all you do is you can take a potato masher. That's what Nik suggests. He says, take potato masher and just mash it up. Just like that. Okay, and you have your egg salad. And then you can taste, and if you feel that you want to have more garlic, roasted garlic. And by the way, roasted garlic is just so versatile, because you can just take it and smear it on your piece of bread, or if you're making bruschetta, you can smear it on the bruschetta, or if you're making a pasta dish, you can work it into your sauce, or you could also use it in this spread that we're making. And one more thing, which is also part of allium family, that we will add is some chives. We'll add 2 tablespoons of chopped chives. So we are actually eating 2 members of allium family today, because chives as well as onion and leeks, they are all members of allium family. And allium family is wonderful for you because it performs so many functions to keep your body healthy. So the rest we will use in our spread. Okay, so your salad is ready, and all you need to do is taste it and see whether you like all the flavors or want to use extra flavoring. Okay, let's see. A little bit. I will smash a little more garlic. I will add all of this pepper, and I will even add a little bit of hot sauce, as Nik suggests, because it's not really that spicy. and I like it to be a little bit more spice. And then you can make a very nice sandwich. So you will take a piece of toasted bread, or just, you don't have to toast it, just whole wheat bread, and you can place it here, and then cover it with your egg salad, just like that. Okay, and then you will take another piece of bread and put it there, and you have a wonderful sandwich. You can cut it in half and enjoy it. You can put some greens into it. So this is really a very nice meal. So the next thing that we are going to make today is going to be spread, because I want to show you another way how to use this roasted garlic that you definitely should incorporate into your meals, because it's going to help you stay healthy, make your blood vessels more flexible, prevent cardiovascular disease. Okay, so many wonderful things. So what we are going to do is, first we will take some of our garlic, we will place it into our bowl, and you can make it as garlicky as you want. Like I will take probably 4 or 5 plump garlic cloves and just mash them up. And of course, the better you mash them, the more flavor you'll get, because they will be distributed in your dip. Okay, and then you can just take this feta cheese and you can grate it, or you can mash it with your potato masher, or with anything that just even a fork, or just break it up with your hands, whatever you have. I just like using the tools that I have. See how beautiful it is? And then you can just chop it up with and mix it up with other ingredients you add. All right, so let's put it here. And let's chop some capers. I love the idea of having capers because they are so yummy and briny. And we can put them also here. We also take some roasted peppers, and then you can either puree them if you want to have a mix that is very smooth, or you can just chop them up, and I'll chop them up finely. And then you want to add your either scallions, or we have these beautiful greens that I prepared here to chop and use up, and this will be just fantastic, and also the colors will be beautiful. Okay, all right, so in it goes. All right, chives and parsley. We can chop them together. That's very handy. You want to save on the time that you have in the kitchen, and so when you are chopping it together, it will save you time. So just grab it firmly and do your chopping. Okay. All right. And then you want to add some of the zest of lemon, because it has all the aromas, all the oils in the zest, and it will be beautiful. A little bit of oregano, because oregano and feta go so well together. And then some lemon juice. Okay, and some olive oil. All right. And then you can just mix it up. Okay, and this is your beautiful dip that you can place in a beautiful dish and surrounded by either crackers or pita chips. So let's taste. All right. Okay. The flavor is really nice. You can even incorporate it more roasted garlic, which I'm going to do, just smash it a little more because I like things to taste garlicky. But it is a fantastic food that incorporates the kinds of ingredients that you want to feed your body. It's fast, it's easy, it's nutritious. You can take it on your piece of bread. You can add all of the greens if you want to. So we will chop some more, and we'll add some more. And don't forget that this is the season. The seasons are changing. That you have gone through the cold season where you wanted to be bundled up, you wanted to eat foods that are warming, so you were doing a lot of cooking, and now with the change of seasons, you really want to change your cooking habits. Your cooking will become lighter. You want to incorporate more tart flavors, like for example, the lemon juice that we used is wonderful in for detoxifying. So drink lemon water in the morning when you wake up. Just pour some warm water into a glass, and then you will drink lemon water, and that will be your detoxifier. And the same thing here. You are using lemon here, you are using sour flavors, you are using garlic that will help you detoxify. And so this is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do for yourself. Just make sure that you plan things in advance, that you have everything in the kitchen when you start working. And the rest is just add your love, add your enjoyment of food preparation, and you'll be able to make yourself happy and to make people who you love happy and enjoy this beautiful food. And please join me again for another episode of The Natural Cook with Anna Gershenson. And you will really be happy that you did. Bye-bye. Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace.